What's good YouTube, and welcome to the house. We're gonna get to dual power in just a second. I have 7 cases ripped open by trollandtoad.com so we can see some USA ratios, but it's very clear early on that USA will probably be pretty different than EU ratios. We'll get into that in just a second. But looking through over here at Tier 0, they are celebrating their 1-year anniversary in the community with their biggest sale ever. So the entire site basically is 15% off. Things like Phantasme have sold out that I'm aware of, but they might restock throughout the sale through March 31st. And you can also use code WhatsGood5 for that additional 5% off still. Now, looking through what's left of the sale, I've seen stuff like the Ordeal of the Traveler mat and mouse pad, YCS mats and sleeves. Basically, a lot of people glossed over and got disappointed, oh, I'm not getting Phantasme, and left a lot of really good things like the Akiza playmat. Like, I'm actually going to take this if this is not here at the end. I'm taking this Infernity mat if you guys don't. And LLDS mats, etc. And I truly do want to know what this Ultimate Guard digital life pad is like, so I might throw that in my order. Now, free delivery over 50 pounds here if you're shopping still, so maybe work with teammates and friends on this sale if they want something from the site too. If anybody's used this, actually let me know. I'm truly interested if this is good for Yu-Gi-Oh! I see it looks made for Magic by how it's done, but I've been looking for something cheap like this, and this is pretty perfect. We see the OCG attribute dice also relatively well priced, and other accessories, so kind of check that out. Tier 0 is always a great partner. Now I have to change my logo to up here because they've changed their logo. We'll get on that, I promise. Now let's go ahead and jump into what a lot of you guys are here for, dual power. I've been looking around at stuff, evenly matched being pretty cheap early on, relative for TCG player prices. Infinite Impermanence at 60 has people freaking out, and Pro Play had some up at 55 earlier that might have sold. I've got some bad news, as Barrett might used to have said. Infinite Impermanence is the only single digit in these openings from Troll and Toad. Now, this is going to be the most open product of all time. They were going to have 25 cases for me today, but they fell behind. They've only opened 7, and we see 9 Infinite Impermanence out of 7 cases. So, these are 12 boxes cases, as Italian Yu-Gi-Ohs were, by the way. They had 24 total opened, even though that's not what was fully pictured. A lot of people were trying to pull ratios out of that. These are directly 7 cases of 12 boxes of dual power, the $30 boxes. So we have 80 some odd boxes here. You want to see per case, which is $360 MSRP, put any of these numbers over 7 and divide. So, going through here, there's quite a few cards people want to cover. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, about 2.5 per case. That's not terrible. What you'll see through here, there's a lot of 2.5 to 3 per cases, a lot of 2 per cases, and then a ton of 6 to 7 per cases on cards that nobody really wants. Weird how that would happen, right? But the biggest telling that we're going to have different ratios from the EU is what was opened up on Italian Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus having only 16 Ghost Ogres between 7 cases here. It seems like Ghost Ogre was by far the most pulled Ghost Girl over there, whereas actually over here, in kind of good news, Ghost Belle is the most pulled Ghost Girl out of all the ratios. Well, it's Cherries, but she's the best one among Ogre and Ash at 22. So over 3 per case. That is freaking awesome here when we're looking at that. Now, we see stuff like Galaxy Soldier around 2 per case, when you see Full Armor Photon Dragon at like 6 per case. I mean, you're gonna see a lot of things like that. Actually, Full Armor is something people kind of wanted, and it was shorted over in Euro, wasn't it? Because they only had 2 on theirs. So that again is pretty interesting to see that what's a splashable one of in an extra deck that actually was kind of wanted over here is just thrown at us in droves, whereas Galaxy Soldier, not so much. When we're also looking through here for stuff like evenly matched, 17 pulled, around that 2.5 per case feel. Almost, you know, headed towards 3. So a lot of these, since it's just 7 cases, could be variance. It could be an average of, you know, 3 per case, depending on a higher pull rate. You have to remember, With these cases, it's $360 per case. So it's half an MSRP of a regular case. So when we're thinking about terms of this is realistically the same amount spent on 3.5 of a core set's regular case at $60 per box. Realistically, that leads to a lot of differences of what's going to happen on the market, as this is the most packed set. Borolo Dragon, only 2 per case over here. I think it was looking better over there, if I'm not mistaken. Cardinamize, pretty hard to get, around that 2.5 per case feel. Aromage Jasmine at 17. Rosemary at almost that even 2 per case. Chaos Max, almost a 3 per case. Beat Cop, over 3 per case. Now, a lot of people were freaking about the Herratic Link Monster. It's a little over 2 per case. Rest yourself. And Infinite Impermanence is the only single digit on this entire list, which is unfortunate. Link Revo, relatively easy to get. Show card, that's really awesome. 37 of those. So, basically, it should be one of the easiest cards to get out of the set. We have cards like Miracle Fusion, 40 of them things. Mark of the Rose, 34. So a lot of the filler is in the 6 to 7 pull per. And then a lot of the cards, the meat and bones you want to get to. Necroza Bryonic, 2 per case. Necroza Valk, actually, at 3 per case. That was nice to see. Almost at 3 anyways. Trishula at 3 per case. So when we're looking through this, realistically, we're thinking double the per case. And to get to the regular MSRP price, that's still 4 Bryonics per 720. That's not terrible, but at the same time, it's not just raining Necros. It's going to be raining stuff like Predaplant, Drago, Stapelia. Now, this set's still insane. I would buy it probably sealed to get the promos, etc. The promos are not in here, by the way. The promos are not something that you can pull, except for being promos. They learned from Kaiba's collection. But, again, like Kaiba's collection, I look forward to seeing the EU pull rates as they come out. Keep in mind, they will be different than this. This is USA pull rates, and it is looking very early like it will be very different if Italian Yu-Gi-Oh! Is anything to take the actual pulls from what we've seen. Like Full Armor, I think very few over there, whereas very accessible over there. Here, we have Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit seems to be the hardest Ghost Girl to pull here. It was the easiest over there. So definitely pay attention to where the case ratios are coming from that you're getting. Tell me once you guys get EU cases. I should have plenty of more USA case ratio pulls. And this is going to be the widest open set of the year. Somebody said Battles of Legend would like to have a word with me. No, it's after the WCQ. It's missing the boat. Used to Battles of Legend was always before the WCQ, and that would drive its sales like this. You're releasing Battles of Legend into the dead season. That's really crazy to me. So, looking at early prices, don't freak out. TCG players, where I would never shop early, ever. I would wait for Tier 0, Troll and Toad, etc. even. Like, definitely ideal 808. There's plenty of places I would shop that is not TCG player this early. Don't get antsy. Don't freak out. Don't get the shakes of I need it now, I need it now. Chill out. Wait. And you'll get your stuff. Like Ghost Spell, look at that. I don't know that it's going to stay at 20 with its rate of pull, but it is behind a $30 paywall product. Now, when we're looking through just everything, it makes me think, though, like, how is it going to turn out in the end? I think we'll get an unlimited run of this before the WCQ, perhaps, that will really bring prices down of everything as what happened with Legendary Collection Kaiba. So if you're playing in the WCQ, you do have that decision to make of when they'll release that, and also when prices might bottom out from this. Like, this its lowest will be around 2 to 3 days after release, and then this is going to be sold out. It's going to... Look at them already trying to get 37 per box here on TCG Player. This is selling out everywhere. It's going to be gone everywhere. So after 2 to 3 days of the major, like all the vendors getting theirs in, and the independent sellers who have ordered 50 cases, I know a ton of them, you're going to want to get your stuff around 2 to 3 days after release, and then stuff's going to go up for a while till that unlimited print run. Let's go ahead and talk about the Speed Duel set real quick because there's some ridiculous prices. Sphere Kribo. Remember, you have to have the Speed Duel stamp to play Speed Duels. So, Sphere Kribo here at 23. Call of the Haunted at 30. I did make the big brain call that as a collectible and as a product, the actual ability cards would be what you want to grab out of the set. Weird that calls so up there, but Sphere Kribo having dominated Duel Links for a bit, it would seem people are really chasing after it. You already see it cheaper on eBay here too. I might hate to say this. If you want to go after the cards, buy the product because it's like $1-ish per pack. So if you're after these, I think the pull rates are perfectly fine and buy the Speed Duel product. I didn't think for my life I'd be saying that. But for now, I think things will go down over time. They really need to push some real support to it. But you're looking at a set you may unironically want to buy sealed if you're interested in the format. It's so weird. It is so weird. But that's actually my approach as a speed duelist of what I'd be doing. Anyways, thank you so much. What do you think of today's Market Watch? I'm still getting over being sick, but I feel way better. Probably sound better or feel better than I sound. But thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. What do you guys think of the ratios? Hopefully I got through everything you might want. I'm going to scroll through here one more time at the end kind of slowly. So that if I miss something like sphere mode being around 2 per case, if there's something that you had a question on, maybe you were able to see it here at the end. I think I did a pretty good job of getting to all the chase cards, but maybe there's something you're more curious about. So gonna go through like this, and there's everything from the set. Hopefully you were able to see what you wanted to see. Thank you so much for watching again, and I really do appreciate all the well wishes while I've been sick. I will be trying to stream tonight. I don't know that I'll take a guaranteed time slot for ending, though. I may have to end early if I'm not feeling great, but I do feel way better, and hopefully we just have a fun stream tonight. It's been a while. Oh, also, Simo and I are commentating the Pro Play Games event. I'll talk about that more in another video, but hey, that's pretty huge. The Spellcaster Structure deck will be legal, and Pro Play Games heard the players that want to see Yugi tubers commentate, and so a $3,200 cash event with a new structure deck legal, commentated by myself and Simo. That's going to be really awesome also. Thanks for watching, everyone.